Senator Joe Manchin loves to tout how bipartisan he is, and the State of the Union was a great opportunity to do that. He wanted to make sure that Trump and the Republicans knew what a big fan he was, so he kept standing up and applauding. And it was noted by Fox News. They were thrilled about it, and they had him on to discuss it. Let's watch.
The motto is, "In God we trust."
Most Democrats sat when the president said that, but not this Democrat, West Virginia Democrat Joe Manchin. Why? He's about 6'5". We took the wide shot.
No.
We saw you get it 6'3", but we saw you stood up a lot during the speech. But you were on the other side of the aisle. Were people mad at you for doing that?
No. That's the way I was raised in West Virginia. We have respect. There's some civility still yet. And there should be civility in this place.
Oh, no. I want to make sure everybody knows I'm with Donald Trump on these things. Now, he's theoretically a Democrat from West Virginia. I had him on the program. I interviewed him. You can check that out at youtube.com/TYT interviews. And when I asked him about his donors, he said he doesn't even know who his donors are. Curious. Well, look, check it out, see if you believe him. But Fox News was super happy, of course, about a Democrat cheerleading for Trump. So they had more of this. Let's watch.
You know, in all fairness, Brian, I've seen it on both sides.
Yeah.
When Obama gave speeches, Republicans, that's disrespectful.
But I never saw the storming out afterwards and so many empty seats.
Not me. I stood there and shook his hand and thanked him because he talked about coal. We're going to do coal research, research and development, opiate addiction. I need that infrastructure. I've never seen a pothole that belonged to a Democrat or Republican.
So it's not me. I stood there and I thanked Donald Trump. Now let's see if the Republicans are going to thank Manchin back, because Manchin thinks it's a good strategy. You reach out to Republicans, they probably, reach back out to you. Oh, Mike Pence was in West Virginia and decided to reach out to Joe Manchin and wanted to shake his hand. Let's watch.
I was here just a few months ago. I spoke at the West Virginia Chamber of Commerce. Senator Manchin was there. I looked him in the eye and I told him, I said, Joe, the people of the Mountain State are counting on you. And I said, let's get this tax cut done together. But Joe voted no. Joe voted no to give working families more of your hard-earned money. Joe voted no on tax cuts for job creators and on expanding the child tax credit, giving you your first $24,000 in income tax-free, real breaks for families in West Virginia. Joe voted no.
Looks like you reached out to shake their hands and they reached out with the back of their hand. They came to your home state and started ripping you. Oh, you reach out to Republicans and they don't reciprocate? Golly gee, color me surprised. But every time Democrats go out, they're like, now you guys like me? You guys like me? Are you on my side? No, Joe, they're not on your side. Look, to be fair to Joe Manchin, he did vote against the tax bill. The tax bill is massively rigged towards the rich and towards corporations. And 58% of Americans know that, and it's deeply unpopular. It ain't gonna help the people of West Virginia. It's gonna help the people at the top. Now, give you more context, Manchin and a lot of the other corporate Democrats said that they wanted to give corporations a tax break. But just not as much as the Republicans did. That is not a good talking point. Okay, but Pence is not done beating up Manchin yet. Here's some more open-handed slaps.
But it's not just the tax cut. Senator Joe Manchin has voted no time and again on the policies that West Virginia needs. When the time came to repeal and replace the disaster of Obamacare, Joe voted no. When we empowered West Virginia to defund Planned Parenthood, Joe voted no. And when it comes to that wall that we're gonna build on the southern border, Joe said, quote, well, I'm not voting for the wall either. Folks, Joe's just gonna keep voting against West Virginia. Now that might make Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi pretty happy. But West Virginia needs to let him know you expect better from Joe.
Does going halfway towards the Republicans ever get you anything? Is it ever reciprocated? No. They compare you to Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer anyway. But like a sucker, all these Democrats go, if I just meet them halfway, I bet they'd really appreciate that. So now Manchin is surprised. In fact, he says he's shocked. So he tweets out, I am shocked that after the vice president worked for almost a year in a divisive and partisan way to take health care away from almost 200,000 West Virginians, bankrupt our hospitals, and push tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans and huge corporations, that he would come to West Virginia and continue partisan attacks. Well, Joe, you shouldn't be shocked. Of course they were going to do that. Look, you should have been making the arguments you made in that tweet from day one. By the time you gave away half a loaf, they used that as a stick against you. Oh, well, Manchin says corporate tax cuts are a good thing, but he didn't want as much corporate tax cuts. Well, if they're a good thing, shouldn't you want more, right? The things that are included in that tweet, to be fair to Senator Manchin, are good counterattacks to the Republicans. Instead of trying to help them, how's this for a crazy idea? Continue to counterattack them. Oh, wow. All right, it almost sounds like politics 101. All right, here's more from Manchin. He says, last week, I worked in a bipartisan way with Senator Collins to end the shutdown. And last night, Trump called for unity and bipartisanship. Yeah. And so you were expecting good things to come? No. I mean, isn't it amazing that they're this naive and this wrong-headed after all that we have seen through all these years? Last one from Manchin. He says, the VP's comments are exactly why Washington sucks. I'm disappointed in his comments, but will continue to work to make Washington work so West Virginia and our country work. That's supposed to be populist. He's trying to learn from Trump. Oh, I said sucks. It sounds more childish than anything else, but look, the main takeaway is the way to beat Republicans is not to shake their hands, not to applaud them, not to go halfway towards them, but to fight them. And I want to leave one more expert here to sum up the country's feelings about Joe Manchin.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
That's all I got to say about that. If you want to get the whole Young Turks show every single day, become a member, tytnetwork.com/join. And once you do, you'll be saying,
I'm like a smart person.
Or you might say,
I think it's weird.
Or you might say,
Oops.
No, that won't be that one. It won't be that one. It'll be great, trust me. tytnetwork.com/join.